Hi guys, Gio here for Independent Guides. This week's been a big one for Disney Parks news, and it's come to us from all over the world, from Walt Disney World releasing a whole lot of details about the projects it's working on, to Hong Kong Disneyland's 15th anniversary celebrations. Disneyland Paris might be reopening sooner than planned, Disneyland in California is opening up a little bit more, and much more. So let's get into it all. First of all, let's start at Walt Disney World. This week was IAAPA's conference. Usually this is a huge deal and you can go and ride and see animatronics, but this year of course it's moved online. On Monday, Josh D'Amaro, chairman of Disney Parks Experiences and Projects, shared the latest news about the updates coming to the parks in a video. Some of this is new, other bits are not, but we did get a closer look at some of the experiences we've been anticipating. At Epcot, there's a ton of stuff happening over the next couple of years, so we have lots of little updates. We got a rather blurry concept art of the redesigned entrance, nothing new for us here, so we know we'll be getting more plants, there's going to be a new central fountain as expected. We've seen photos of this being put together, so there's not too much new here. Elsewhere in Epcot over at the World Showcase, we learnt yesterday on Friday the 20th of November that the new nighttime show Harmonious is almost ready to debut. We also learned that the barges will be on the World Showcase Lagoon throughout the day instead of simply coming out for the nighttime show like for Illuminations. To disguise these huge pieces of metal, in the middle of the lagoon they'll be used as fountains during the daytime. It was also confirmed that the main central barge will be 6 stories high and will use sprays around the ring to create a water screen. Disney says the smaller barges will have 24-foot double-sided walls as screens. At the France Pavilion, Disney shared some clips from the inside of Remy's Ratatouille adventure as it's putting together the finishes touches of the attraction. We expect this to open at some point this year. Also, this kind of odd Disney video came from inside the ride from TikTok. What do you think?
Yeah, the boy was wicked. Yeah, he was a sneaky mouse. He knows his way around a kitchen.
And back in Future World, Disney shared photos of the inside track of Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. I'm super excited for this. So we got a little look at some of the track layout. We also got an image of the ride cars, which we know is going to be 4-seaters with lap bar style restraints, and they actually look very spacious and comfortable. Disney also released footage of the ride vehicles on a test track, which shows the coaster tilting from side to side and rotating to show you certain scenes as you go along the track. It's being dubbed the Omni Coaster, as it's inspired by the Omnimover vehicles that we see on rides such as Haunted Mansion. And Disney Imagineer Zach Ridley gave us another look at the inside of the show building, as it was revealed that Disney is carrying out a slow push-pull test of the ride vehicles on the track. So this is where they make sure that the vehicles can physically make their way around the track safely before moving on to powering the ride up, using the lifts and the launches, and actual gravity to send the coaster trains round at full speed. There's no update as to an opening date at the moment, although the ride was originally set to open in 2021. We also got a photo of the inside of the new Space 2020 restaurant, so this is expected to open next year. This is next to Mission Space, and we can see the restaurant interior seems to be pretty much fitted out. In the photo we can see tables and chairs, we can see the screens being used, and these of course will give you the illusion of looking down onto planet Earth. Nearby, but outside the theme parks, is a look at Disney's newest luxury hotel experience, Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser. We can see the building is shaping up to look just like the concept art, and this is generally speaking something that Disney does really well, turning those artist drawings into reality. We have a glimpse of the hotel entrance, which is where you're going to arrive and depart from. The expected opening date for this is still 2021. We also got a look at some of the guest rooms inside the Starcruiser. These do look a little bit smaller than I was expecting. You can expect there to be one large bed in the middle of the room, probably a queen size, 2 bunk beds, but these look really very small, maybe only child sized. And there's a small table, and we have these windows, which are not real windows, they're screens looking out into space. And there's something as well under one of them. I can't tell if it's a pull-down bed or storage of some kind, but I'm sure we'll have a better look at this in the coming months as the opening date approaches. Remember, this is a 2-day, 2-night experience that's perfect for Star Wars fans. So we've had a few other updates from Walt Disney World this week. We can see that the resort gateway car entrances are getting their new color schemes. This is definitely much nicer, I think, much more modern, and it really makes the left half, which is the old half, looking quite dated. Magic Kingdom also did a routine fireworks test on Monday. They say routine, but obviously we've not had fireworks now for over 6 months. Disney included a reminder in its announcement that fireworks performances and other nighttime spectaculars in our parks remain temporarily unavailable until further notice. But it's interesting to see that this is being done anyway, as I'd say it's even quite odd that Disney's not planning on restarting these anytime soon, but it is doing tests. Fireworks could of course come back at any time. The parks are slowly changing the way that they're running. We've seen them move from 25% to 35% capacity recently. And it's worth remembering that Tokyo Disney Resort and Shanghai Disneyland have both been running their fireworks shows for many months now, but the situation in those countries with the health pandemic versus Florida is very different. Another small change, but one that could make a big difference to quite a few guests, is that yesterday, Friday 20th of November, things became easier for Grand Floridian guests to get to Magic Kingdom. So now, as well as the boat launches and the monorail, guests will also have the choice of a walking path to the theme park, just like guests of the Contemporary Resort have. BioReconstruct on Twitter has estimated it's about a 12-minute walk from the theme park to the edge of the hotel property, or about 15 minutes to the lobby. Security is done on arrival at Magic Kingdom at the boat launch docking area. It's not a very long walk, but it's definitely longer than from the Contemporary. This is going to be about 3/4 of a mile, but it should be faster than a monorail for most people. And for the boats, if you have to wait for a boat, then this will probably be faster too. So it's great to see another option here. Another Walt Disney World announcement. There's quite a few, isn't there, this week? Disney announced yesterday on Friday that park hopping is back starting on January 1st, 2021. So this means that guests who have purchased a Park Hopper add-on will be able to visit multiple parks in one day. At the moment, guests can only visit one park per day, and they must make a park pass reservation to access that park. From the 1st of January, the way this new system will work is that you'll need to make your park pass reservation to get to the first park, and then you can park hop to another park from 2 p.m. You won't be able to do it before that, but you won't need to make a park pass reservation for that second or third or fourth park. So obviously this is going to be subject to that park not being at capacity. It's important to note that if you do not have a park pass reservation for Disney's Hollywood Studios and you park hop there, so you're going to be there after 2 p.m, there's not any way for you to get a Rise of the Resistance boarding pass with the way that things are set out at the moment. And finally, for Walt Disney World on Saturday, Disney also released the new ticket prices for 2021, so that includes how much the Park Hopper add-on will cost as well. So one day, one park ticket varies in price according to the date of visit, but starts at $109, so it's actually cheaper than in 2020. The Park Hopper add-on is an extra $65 on top of that for the one-day option. Over at Hong Kong Disneyland, Disney released a video showing the incredible process that it took to transform the park's humble Sleeping Beauty castle into the brand new Castle of Magical Dreams for the park's 15th anniversary. Disney followed up with further videos about the castle's construction in the following days, and today, Saturday 21st of November, the castle fully open to the public, so you can now walk through the castle. Over at Disneyland Paris, Disney shared some views of the inside of Disney's Hotel New York. This hotel is being rethemed to Marvel, so we can see the sketches from the comics on the walls. Also at Disneyland Paris, we can see the work happening on the new Avengers Campus. So this is rumored to open next year, at least phase 1. We don't have an official date. In the photo update, we can see an Imagineer looking out over the new Iron Man coaster site, and this is going to be the replacement for Rock and Roller Coaster. Another attraction retheme has a little update, and this is that we can see the scaffolding on the set of the old Catastrophe Canyon scene as the Studio Tram Tour is being transformed into Cars Route 66. It was also revealed this week that 2 of Disneyland Paris' entertainment offerings have been permanently cut, and these are big cuts. Buffalo Bill's Wild West show, which was a dinner show at Disney Village, so their version of Downtown Disney or Disney Springs, will not be returning to the resort. Buffalo Bill's Wild West show is gone. Honestly, I was never a big fan of either the food or the show here, so it's sad to see the Cowboys lose their jobs doing this show, but Disney has said that any cast members from entertainment will be accommodated in new roles. And I hope this means that they can replace this show with something more appealing and more modern. I've heard rumours of Disney on Ice coming permanently in the future to this space, so we'll see what happens here. The other show that's going is at Walt Disney Studios Park. This is Motor's Action Stunt Show Spectacular. Again, Disney will put the stuntmen into other roles at the resort. This looked like it was eventually going to be torn to the ground anyway, and that this arena was going to be converted into a new Marvel show. So we'll see what ends up happening with this space and seeing if it gets incorporated into the Avengers Campus next year. Finally, at Disneyland Paris, there seems to have been a bit of a change of heart as to a reopening date. So as I mentioned, Disneyland Paris is closed due to French law, and Disneyland Paris had said it was meant to return in March. with a temporary opening for Christmas for around 2 weeks. Now it seems that Disney still wants to open for Christmas, and it says it'll be open from the 19th of December to the 3rd of January, but then it will close on the 4th of January and reopen on February 13th in time for the school holidays. So this is a few weeks earlier than they'd originally said in March. So that's good news for the resort. Now we just have to wait and see if it happens. Over in Tokyo, Disney didn't really give us an update. They just showed us that they were working on a new Fantasy Springs area as well as a new hotel. We didn't get any new photos or anything, just the concept art. So if you do want to learn more about this, check out the link in the description where I have a whole video going into detail on this project and all the rides Disney is currently building around the world. For Shanghai Disneyland, we saw the now familiar concept art for the new Zootopia themed land and a photo update here. So this shows the start of construction of a huge show building. It's all just steel at the moment, and this is likely to be the new e-ticket attraction that's coming to the land. At Disneyland, Disney's video shows concept art of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, followed by a photo which is very similar to Shanghai's update actually. It's a big show building under construction and still a steel frame, but it's good to see that the construction's actually happening. There's also some concept art of the new DVC section coming to the Disneyland Hotel, but there's no photo update there. Another big change is just a day or two ago, Buena Vista Street, so the equivalent of Main Street at Disney California Adventure, that's now opened up as an extension of Downtown Disney. Downtown Disney's been open for a while now. People can go shopping, people can go and eat there, but the theme parks weren't allowed to open. So now this is a really unique thing. Disney has opened its street areas as an extension of that shopping and of that dining, but the rides and most of the park at California Adventure is closed. But it's nice to see the parks kind of a little bit open. And finally, we have an update on Disneyland's Avengers Campus, which honestly looks ready to open. It was due to open this year, but of course we know what happened. We got our most detailed look yet at the ride vehicles for the new Spider-Man Web Slingers attraction. As we can see, Imagineers testing the ride vehicles. Once this opens, we'll have a good idea of what to expect at Disneyland Paris, as this will be an exact clone of the one going to the Parisian park. And the IAPA video also shows a Quinjet being lowered into place on Avengers Campus, although that attraction isn't expected until 2022 at the earliest. Again, have a look at the video in the description for much more information on these other attractions. That's it, it's a busy week, and that's all the Disney Parks updates for this week. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe for more Disney, Universal and theme park videos. And if you subscribe, you can expect 2 to 3 videos per week. If you're visiting a Disney or Universal park this year or next year, why not have a look at our selection of travel guidebooks, which are available at the link in the description. Thanks so much for watching. I've been Gio for Independent Guides, and I'll see you in the next video.